You could be a fast-growing enterprise with aspirations for global success, or an established business looking to take the next big step. Whatever future you are aiming for, we are the future's answer to business, and the future is now. We are the first to the future. We are the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan. Envisioned by the 10th President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos Sr., to boost the country's development as early as 1969, the then Bataan Export Processing Zone, or the BEPZ, was the first economic zone in the Philippines and one of the first in Southeast Asia. Despite reaching success in its early years, the BEPZ faced various problems, leading to its unfortunate decline. And so, in 2009, to reinvigorate the once trailblazer of development, the BEPZ was transformed into the Freeport area of Bataan. Through passion, partnership, and a sincere drive to make lives better, it has established itself as an engine of growth and a catalyst of development. Since its inception, it has advanced in a rate that is not just acceptable, but hands down off the charts. Part of this growth are our enterprises engaged in manufacturing, including the Dong-In Group of Companies. Dong-In is a group composed of 9 Korean companies, all engaged in the manufacturing of innovative sports and outdoor equipment. Its various companies in the fab also engage in the design, production, and distribution of a wide array of products tailored to meet the needs of outdoor enthusiasts across the globe. Their products include golf bags, hiking bags, tents, luggage, and even kayaks. We also have Minibeya Mitsumi Philippines Incorporated, a Japanese enterprise engaged in the business of manufacturing electronic components and IT peripherals. Fab also hosts Perpetual Prime Manufacturing Incorporated, a notable local enterprise specializing in crafting premium luxury bags and small leather goods for famous international brands. We are home to diverse enterprises producing export quality goods that may surprise you as being made right here in the Philippines. From combat boots to fiber-reinforced polymer composite parts, premium textiles, clothing, protective gear and uniforms, musical instrument cases, optical lenses, tennis balls, and many more. Renowned local enterprises have also chosen the Fab for their continued growth and success, such as San Miguel Corporation, a leading local conglomerate with businesses in beverages, food, feeds, and packaging, delivering exceptional value to consumers nationwide. In the industry of power and oil, we have GN Power and Petron Corporation. GN Power is a key contributor to Bataan's energy grid, supplying 58 megawatts of electricity to help energize the province. Petron Bataan Refinery, the Philippines' only oil refinery, is one of Fab's largest expansion areas, engaged in the processing of a wide range of petroleum products, meeting nearly 30% of the country's fuel demands. We also serve as a hub for tourism enterprises, like Kamaya Coast, currently developing their expansion projects, which include commercial, leisure, and residential developments. Also underway is their construction of Kamaya Pad, a premium airpark development complete with its own airstrip. And to take the Fab to the next level, we are set to be the home to future and emerging industries, including financial technology solutions, distributed ledger technology, incubation facilities, artificial technology or intelligence, electronic vehicle and battery technology, and defense technologies. But why choose FAB? Find your Freeport. The 1,700-hectare FAB main zone is home to its own dam, complemented by water treatment and sewage treatment facilities. Power from the grid is complemented by power generated from solar roofings. Within proximity to the FAB main zone is the future landing site of the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge, a 32-kilometer bridge spanning Manila Bay, connecting Central and South Luzon. Projected to be completed in 5 years, the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge is set to complete the transport loop between Central Luzon, NCR, and Calabarzon, and is projected to unlock the economic potentials of the said regions. To complement the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge, the FAB Transshipment Hub is set to further improve the economic and logistic infrastructure in the region, envisioned to be the primary seaport in the Manila Bay area. Outside the FAB main zone are the 18 FAB expansion areas found across the province of Bataan. These are host to a variety of industries, from manufacturing to IT BPO and tourism. Annex your area. By virtue of Republic Act 11453, FAB expansion areas may now be declared anywhere in the province of Bataan. In line with the aim of making business easier, approval of any expansion area can be completed in 2 months. With this, investors can find their ideal location anywhere within the province. Boost your business. FAB provides a business-friendly environment with competitive incentives, simplified processes, and lower costs. Under the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises, or Create More Act, businesses benefit from tax holidays, reduced corporate tax rates, duty-free imports, and VAT exemptions, making growth and expansion easier than ever. With fast approvals, cost-efficient operations in a strategic location, the FAB is built for businesses that think ahead. Looking ahead, AFAB is preparing future projects that go beyond the Freeport itself. These include new centers for commerce, tourism, community spaces, and improved connectivity, all designed to strengthen our role as both an investment destination and a home for inclusive growth. With a lively and bustling community surrounding the area, where work and life are integrated. This is your ideal investment destination. This is where we make it all happen for you. We make it happen in the Philippines because we are the first and we are the future. We are the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Freeport area of Bataan. We are gathered here today, ladies and gents, to celebrate another milestone for Philippine Triathlon. This is the inaugural 5150 Freeport area of Bataan Triathlon and Sunrise Sprint, proudly hosted by the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan and organized by Sunrise Events. This weekend, more than 300 athletes from 17 countries, including Brazil, Canada, Finland, India, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, New Zealand, Northern Mariana Islands, the Philippines, Russia, Singapore, the USA, oh man, that's a mouthful, and the UK will take on the Olympic distance and the Sunrise Sprint Challenge across scenic coastal roads and the vibrant community of Mariveles, Bataan. We'd also like to acknowledge our partners and sponsors, Amlan Purified Water, Ion Plus Advanced Electrolyte Drink, the Philippine Sports Commission, Salt Plus Fin, Sante, Manila Bulletin, Tempo, and of course our official media partner, Sportograph. Now, ladies and gents, let's welcome our distinguished guests and athletes. First up, we have Mr. Hussein Pangandaman, our administrator and CEO from the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan. Good afternoon, sir. Next up, we have Ms. Malu Herrera, our deputy administrator for support services. Good afternoon, ma'am. We also have with us Attorney Percival Peralta from the Office of the Administrator Group Head. Attorney, magandang hapon. And of course, Ms. Princess Galura, the President and General Manager of Sunrise Events Incorporated. And like I said, we have also athletes with us today. We have Paolo Sauler. Paolo, hi Pao. Miss Coach Vanessa Agdon, Coach Rujen Lista, at meron kaming very proud tayong kasama ngayong hapon. May homegrown talents tayong lalaro this weekend. Where is Cha Cruz? Cha, yun! Mamaya makikilala natin si Cha and King Ivan Reyes. Yun, makikilala natin sila mamaya, okay? Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out again from... I know you guys are preparing for your race. So again, maraming salamat sa inyo. Now let's hear from the woman who has been at the helm of organizing premier multi-sport events in the country, including the Ironman races and now, of course, Fab 5150. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and Managing Director of Sunrise Events Incorporated, Ms. Princess Galura.
Good afternoon to everybody. Sir, good afternoon po. Ma'am, good afternoon, sir. No? After 1 year, after our recon race with 30 athletes in 2024, we have now over 300 athletes here from 17 countries. So nag-times 10 po tayo. Actually, sa mga media na nandito, no, first time ko nakita na ang traffic sa may area ng Fab building, ang daming bisikleta, and now makikita ng mga kababayan natin dito sa Mariveles how it is to host a 5150. For the information of everybody, sir, this is the last event, the triathlon na meron kami. And the good thing about this is it's also a 5150, the only one in Luzon that we have this year, and the only one so far in the history of Sunrise Events and possibly 5150 to have two transitions. Meaning there's a T1 with where the swim is, people now, the participants now will bike towards T2 na total 40 kilometers yun at doon na sila tatakbo. Ito po ay first time namin gagawin and we told nga the athletes kanina na guys, kayo ay parang mga Ironman 70.3 na ha, kasi hindi madali to do the logistics of two transitions. So to Administrator Miss Ma'am Lou, and of course Attorney, thank you for hosting us. It takes a lot to host a two transition 5150. It means the road will be closed for a long time, and knowing how how it is right now, the road from Kamaya to Fab Building, which is a one-way road, will be fully closed with the support, of course, of the Fab and Mariveles. So marami pong salamat and mag-e-enjoy po ang mga participants namin kasi mahihirapan sila ng konti bukas. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss P. I don't know if the athletes will agree na mag-enjoy sila dun sa, na mahihirapan sila, but I'm sure everybody is excited. Again, lots of firsts here in Fab 5150. Kasi nga, this is a major milestone and such a historic moment for Fab as they host their very first Ironman branded 5150 triathlon race. And with us today is the administrator and CEO of the Authority of Freeport Area of Bataan, Mr. Hussein Pangandaman. Sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank our organizer, Sunrise Events, and to our sponsors and media partners. Of course, I'd like to acknowledge also the presence of our local media from the province of Bataan, and to our employees in the FAB, and to the local government of Mariveles for helping us organize and for making this event possible. Again, would like to welcome you to our first 5150 triathlon here in the Freeport area of Bataan.
Thank you, sir. The very first in Fab and hopefully not the last. Kasi excited. Marami na ako nakakausap na hindi naka-join this year. Tapos tinasabi nila, next year sasama na kami dyan. Thank you again, sir. And to continue the AFAB message of support, please welcome Ms. Malu Herrera, our Deputy Administrator for Support Services.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sa lahat po ng kasama natin ngayong hapon, especially yung ating nasa media, welcome po dito sa AFAB. You know, actually itong moment na to, this is a moment of pride para sa AFAB, no? And for us, hosting this is not only staging a race, no? Para sa amin pride to. And we're very happy na dito to gagawin, and hopefully, sabi nga, if ito ang first, sana meron second and third at mas marami pa. Okay, thank you.
We agree, Ms. Malu. Thank you very much. Nararamdaman ko yung iyong pride na talagang we're having this event here. Maraming salamat po, Ms. Malu. And also joining us today is Attorney Percival Peralta, the Group Head of the Office of the Administrator. Sir, would like to share a few words?
Good afternoon, everyone. Kagaya sabi kanina, the Administrator, the Authority of Freeport Area of Bataan is the first Freeport zone in the country. So that being said, this 5150 triathlon is also the first in AFAB. As an investment promotion agency, it will really help us to showcase to the world how much we can afford to host this very special event. So again, thank you to everyone who is involved in this event. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Attorney. And like what Attorney said, he wants to show the world. And the world actually is watching us right now. We are live, streaming live over Facebook. So nakikita nila kung gaano kahusay mag-organize at mag-host si Fab. Now, thank you again for your messages. We were saying, thank you to our media friends for being here. I guess we'd like to open the floor now if our media partners have questions for our distinguished guests. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon po, Administrator Pangandaman. Jonas Reyes po from Daily Tribune. Ask ko lang po, what motivated AFAB to partner with Sunrise?
Thank you for that question. Firstly, as you know, AFAB is an investment promotion agency, and our mandate mainly is to supervise our industrial zone, which composed of several factories. We're in the business of manufacturing, consumer goods, electronic goods, and other equipment. what motivated us is I want to feature FAB not only as an industrial zone, but also a potential or premier tourist destination, especially for sports. Because of our rolling terrain, as you can see, mahaba po yung bike lane. It was during our recon race last year. It was well appreciated, no, by our participants, and the word just spread like wildfire, which resulted to more participants this year. Kumalat ho yung kwento na very challenging yung terrain ng Bataan, and this is an opportunity for AFAB, not only AFAB but the province of Bataan, to showcase our province, our natural resources, and other things that we can offer aside from manufacturing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mike Sigaral of RMN News. My question is for Attorney Peralta. Attorney, how does this 5150 contribute to the master plan of AFAB and positioning as regional hub, sir? Attorney?
Yes, considering that tourism is one of the purposes by which APAB is being created by law. It is one of the powers that has been granted to our board of directors to adopt as a primary activity. So, ginagamit natin ang tourism kasi to attract investors. So, it is just important na ipakita natin what we have in APAB, what we have in Bataan, para makita ng mga investors na napakaganda location na yan, it is really amiable for business and investment. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney.
Sir, add ko lang po the President signed parang an executive order forming the Sports Tourism Interagency Task Force last week lang yata, no? And I also attended the Sports Tourism. So what we were saying there is that tourism requires intention. We have to make sure that people has something to do, is going to a place where they have to do something or they want to do something. And right now, we are lacking locations in Luzon who can do triathlon, because with triathlon, we have to ensure that there is a swim part that is near parang a highway so that we can do the bike. Very few po ang may ganyan eh. And we are very fortunate na na-discover namin ang isa't isa kasi we have the same objective of doing sports tourism. So kung makita nyo, yung mga galing Russia, I guess may Italy pa kanina, kasabay ko siyang mag-breakfast, yung isa kong friend from Greece, pupuntahan niya dito. Never siya pupunta dito kung hindi siya mag-triathlon eh. And of course, they have to spend a night in Camaya or 2 nights. They have to, eat breakfast. They have to buy. Wala kang choice eh. Pag pumunta ka sa Expo, administrator, mapapabili ka ng napakasarap na pagkain from Mariveles eh. So with that, nag-i-inject ang mga tourists, especially the sports tourism people, ng new money to the economy of Bataan. And hopefully that money will go to somebody who made cakes, that somebody who made cakes will buy raw material from somebody at the supermarket, so there's more money going around. So the more people doing that because of sports, then the greater the snowball effect to the, first of all to FAB. And then it branches out to Mariveles, then it branches out to Bataan. Yun po.
Thank you, Ms. P. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Roel Talayo po from News 5 and the RGTV 29, this RG 810 AM. I'll address the question to Ma'am Princess. Ma'am, how does the 5150 Bataan fit into Sunrise events, a vision of expanding triathlon accessibility in the Philippines?
Actually, sir, very good question, because as I said, we are looking for locations in Luzon that can host a triathlon. There are so many requirements to be able to host a triathlon. First, you have to have a swim that will pass the water quality test required by Ironman. There should be a fully closed bike course. And then there is a fun run that will go around the poblacion, so the people racing will have cheering on the course. So yun pa lang po mahirap nang ma-check lahat eh. Aside from that, we need to have access. May hotel ba dyan? May makakainan ba yung mga athletes natin? May malapit bang airport? Na-check po yan lahat ng Bataan, ng FAB. So we are able to find and discover a new location na dalawa na yung location namin ngayon in Luzon. One is in Subic Bay and one is here in Bataan.
Thank you, Miss P. Sorry, ako sisingit ha. Kasi parang feeling me to din ako. Para kay Miss Malula, kasi Miss P was already talking about, the triathlon. Ano po yung biggest preparations natin dito sa FAB? Kasi yun nga, like what Miss P said, at marami din akong triathletes na dumating, parang never silang pupunta rito na they're here just to race and then nagugulat sila, ang ganda pala ng FAB.
Biggest preparation, actually, madami, madami. There's so many to say about kung ano yung naging biggest preparation. Pero I think, yung pinaka-importante talaga na na-prepare namin is yung mga tao namin. Na who will coordinate or will talk with Miss Princess with Sunrise. Kasi with that, everything will follow eh. Kapag okay yung mga tao, yung logistics, susunod yan. The security and pati yung pakikipag-coordinate sa LGU and community. I'm very, very proud of our people. Kasi hindi naman namin inuutos sa kanila na, ito ang gawin ninyo, ito ang gawin ninyo. Hindi siya isa-isang ganon. Sila mismo nakakaisip na. Sila na, alam na nila kung ano yung gagawin because sila yung, kaya para sa akin, yun yung pinaka-importanting investment namin para dito sa triathlon na to, is to prepare our people.
So yan ang tatak AFAB, yung pag-prepare sa mga tao.
We're the fabulous people.
Yes! Ang galing ng singit mo, Miss Maluha. Naisingit mo pa yon. Sorry. Sige, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, this question addressed to Ma'am Marilu. I'm Jojo Perez from Philippine Star, Radyo Bandera. Ma'am, speaking of preparations, we have unpredictable weather conditions and as support systems of the event, how do you ensure the safety of the athletes?
I think ang mas makakasagot nito si Miss Princess because sila talaga yung nag-ayos ng sa logistic together with our people. So, pwede kong
Yes, thank you.
Phone a friend.
Teka, dagdag ko muna yung sagot
Miss P.
kanina ni Miss Malu, yung about yung people nila. Alam nyo ba, may FAB run at 5 o'clock ngayon. So parang on top of being able to work so hard, they have to be physically fit pa. Lahat sila tatakbo ng 5K. So aside from nag-prepare sila for the event, nag-prepare rin sila sa health nila. Now, sir, to answer your question, we are also monitoring the weather conditions. And thank God, wala tayo last week kasi kung last week merong super bagyo, si Uwan. But in case mangyayari naman po ito tomorrow, si Ironman may standards. For example, together with the DRRMO of FAB and Bataan, we will have to, look at the lightning alert, kung may flood alert ba sa poblasyon just in case umulan, gaano ka-slippery o gaano ang mangyayari sa bike, sa tingin nyo ba may magla-landslide, may ganyan, meron po tayong mga protocol dyan. Either ika-cancel ang swim, iso-shorten yung swim, ika-cancel yung bike, iso-shorten yung bike, and so on and so forth. It can also be na ide-delay ang pag-start ng mga atleta. Just to give you an example, nangyayari talaga ito sa Ironman. For example, I think last week, together with Uwan, yung isang Ironman event sa Australia, kinancel nila yung swim on the spot. So naging bike run na lang sila. But thank God, admin and everybody here, tomorrow it's cloudy and halos walang ulan. Gusto natin yung cloudy para hindi tayo ma-dehydrate, no? Ayaw natin ng ulan, pero kung uulan man, sana saran na para masayang tumakbo sa ulan.
Thank you, Miss P. Yes, go ahead, madam.
Senny Soriano from Bataan TV, kay sa admin Pangandaman. How does APAB ensure environmental protection during large athletic events like this? Environmental protection.
Yes, triathlon is composed of 3 activities, which is run, bike, and swim. When you say swim, lalanguin lang naman yung dagat. When you bike, you will only use the road. And run, same track as well. So I don't see any environmental hazard pagdating sa mga activities na yan. And also, I would like to stress out that this is a big opportunity not only for AFAP but the entire province of Bataan, because we are not only opening our doors to AFAP but opening our doors not only to the Philippines but to the entire world. No, so you can see we have we have 17 countries from all over the globe, and more than 300 participants of different nationalities. And I believe this is a first, not only in FAB but the entire province of Bataan, to host an international activity such as this, no, and using the Ironman brand. This is a big deal for us, and that we were chosen as one of the host province or municipality for this type of event. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Of course, during the preparation, during the process, of course, that was one of our concerns, that we have to address. Not only the protection of our environment, but as well as the protection of our athletes. Hindi lang po kalikasan yung concern natin dito, but the safety and security of our participants, since we are the host province. No? You can say that this kind of event is somewhat synonymous to mga SEA Games or other international events. And also I'd like to, this is an opportunity, a first step in of AVAB, to be introduced to the world. So yun po yung general objective. And of course, environmental which is also part of our mandate. We have our own ecology center. We already addressed that situation. So I don't see any problem when it comes to that matter. Thank you.
Sir, we're thinking about the safety of the participants. Are there limitations regarding the number of participants due to safety guidelines?
Well, it's an international event. It will always depend on the organizer, on the capacity, or they will evaluate how many participants who will participate or join the competition event, because we also have to take into consideration our facilities. Number one is accommodation. How many people can we accommodate? And our local retailers, mga restaurants, and other what kind of services that we can provide can accommodate a X number of people. So with this, I think this is enough, or at least we're at par with the event, and we're confident that we can cover around 307 athletes.
Are those the registered participants, the 307? Okay. Maybe what are the challenging parts during the triathlon, especially here in Maribeles?
Well, as you can see, the brand itself, Ironman.
Yeah.
Patibayan, palakasan, So may tinatawag na matibay. Of course, all these challenging courses are challenging. That's why they pick Bataan, because of our challenging terrains. Now, when we tried it last year with only 30 participants, kumalat ho yung kwento. Pinaka-challenging na track is Bataan. That's why right after that event, pinag-usapan namin to have a real race. So this is the result of the experiment we did last year, from 30 to 307. Wow. And looking at
100%,
looking at the nationalities, we have 17. Imagine 17 countries. Mostly, this is no joke. From Europe, yes, from Asia, from the US, from the United Kingdom. So this is a big deal for us, not only FAB, but the entire province. And I think this is one, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, this is the one of the biggest international event that happened in this province, no? In terms of sporting events. No, yun lang masasagot ko because of course I checked the history bago ako nagbitaw ng salita. Ito ang pinakamalaking, this is the biggest sports event that happened in the history of the province of Bataan. So we have a sense of pride now and we're very proud to be part of it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Admin. Oh, last question, Madam.
Yes,
Pwede na dito.
last question, Ms. Malu. Are there designated areas for transition zones, hydration stations, and medical support?
Yes, I think in-ensure po yan ng ating organizer and together with our staff na yung coordinating team.
Thank you.
And the
Thank you.
LGU, of course, no? Kasama po natin ang LGU dito.
Thank you po. Alam nyo, nakakatuwa. Ganado yung media partners natin magtanong. One last question.
All right. Good afternoon. I'm Jimmy C.
Meron din kayong tanong. O sige po.
I'm Jimmy C. of our Radio 104.5 FM Bataan. Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. So my questions goes to Ma'am Princess. With the success of Ironman and 5150 races nationwide this year, so what goals do you have for 5150 Bataan in its debut year and moving forward?
Next year po sa 5150, meron po kaming 5150 islands, no? So pupunta kami sa Guimaras sa March, pupunta kami sa Camiguin sa May, pupunta kami sa Panglao, Bohol sa July, and pupunta kami sa Sama sa September. Kung mapansin nyo, admin, lahat yon Vismin. So, since ito yung two transitions, challenging bike course, sabi nung aming host, bakit hindi natin itong gawing finale? Kasi wala kaming Luzon na 5150 at lahat pa naman nung mga islands namin, vacation ang vibe. Samantalang dito, wala kang choice eh. Talagang kakarera kasi may 4.7 kilometer na 300 grade yung ahon. Ibig sabihin, mga 30 to 40 minutes silang magbabike bago pa sila bababa ulit. So yun ang plano namin. At some point in time, pag marami na siguro si Admin Hotel, pwede na tayong mag 70.3 kasi kaya naman. But this year, we said, ganito muna. When Ironman goes into a location, of course, we have to see if they can do it. They know they can do it with 30. Tomorrow, we know that they can do it with 307, 308 yata. And hindi naman tayo pupunta sa lugar na hindi pwedeng scale. So pwede tayo mag 500, depende sa anong mangyayari tomorrow kasi nga yung bike course natin mahirap.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Sige sir, sila muna. In front muna.
Good afternoon po. Kailia Salmilor po ng COB News Network. Para po kay Chairman o kay Ma'am Malu. Yung tanong ko po, kasi nabalitaan namin, may mga standout athletes o first-time triathletes ba sa Team APAB, Ma'am Malu, na dapat naming abangan bukas. Meron ba silang strategy o lakas para sa tingin ninyo ay magbibigay na sa kanila ng kalamangan sa mga kalaban?
Well, first of all, there's a so-called home court advantage. No, we have participants from the town of Mariveles, mga locals natin. No, and it's a big exposure for them to be part of this. In this event. No, they'll be competing with foreigners, no, and other professional athletes. So it's a big deal for them. Joining this team is already an accomplishment. And there's a saying, no, like for one, I always root for the underdog. We can never tell. Malay mo, this is their home course, Mariveles. So memorize nila the terrain, everything. Kahit yung lubak, kung saan yung may lubak. Saan yung madulas, saan yung magaspang, alam nila. So I think that's their advantage. So again, this is a race. It's free for all. Who can never tell kung who will win or who will lose. But of course, again, I don't want to be biased, no? Pero, di ba? Anything is possible. Anything is.
Thank you.
Thank you, admin. Thank
Okay,
you.
Okay,
Ah,
ito
sige.
pong,
Marami pa po tayong guest, ha?
Oo, may guest
Baka
pa.
maubusan eh.
Baka maubusan tayong tanong.
Admin, so you know, meron
Isa lang,
as far as
isang
Cagayan de
tanong na lang
Oro, galing Kamsur,
Oh.
maraming tayong mga Pilipino na
Isa na lang daw,
nag-drive
isa
or
na lang.
lumipad.
Miss P, isa na lang daw. Sige.
isang tanong na lang po para kay Administrator Pangandaman po. With this kind of sports activities, do you plan to put up more facilities that will enhance this kind of activities in PAG?
Well, definitely. In fact, we just finished our agency planning, no, for activity for next year. No, we have several projects in the pipeline, which will focus more on tourism. Like we're looking for funds and partners to begin to construct our golf course, and there's a group who's want to set up a golf academy here. So their condition is to develop some sort of a driving range, no, for starters, and hopefully later on, pag dumami ho yung tao, dahan-dahan natin matapos yung ma-revive yung golf course ng AFAP. And of course, our beachfront property here, which is called the Matel Beach, construction will commence by, I think, January or February this year. So we're also planning to come up with water sports activities. And right now, no, for our employees, we just finished building our pickleball courts. No, marami ho. Because here in AFAP, no, when I was appointed more than 2 years ago, of course, all the manufacturing companies are here, but I felt that something was missing, no? And that was the clamor of our locators. Sabi niya, admin, wala tayong happening dito sa AFAP. Puro lang trabaho. Trabaho. Then nakatira kami sa Subic, sa Clark. Maski dito, ayaw namin matulog kasi wala kaming magawa. So we have to come up with something, no, to give them reason to stay and enjoy our Freeport, and at the same time come up with activities, no, na activities na we can also attract other people, no, from coming in. Especially, ito, I would like to mention that just last month, we were recognized by the Financial Times Group as Industrial Zone of the Year for Asia Pacific in the Global Free Zones Awards for 2025. No? Ako naman, no, we were not pulling our own chair, no, but as you can see, for the past 2 years, we're making noise, no, not only locally but internationally with my investment missions abroad. And marami na tayong mga nadagdag na locators at mga locators matatating. And we have improved our facilities. As you can see, did some repairs and welcome new locators, no, from other industries. So this is a process, no. Again, there's a saying that we cannot do things overnight, but at least this is a start of something good. No, nag-umpisa tayo sa facilities natin. Now, this is our exposure, this kind of activity, and this will open doors, no, and we'll introduce ourselves to the world that there's a Freeport area of Bataan in the Philippines. So I guess that's it. And maybe baka may...
Of course, in addition to what the administrator has said, yung plano rin talaga is to invite investors to build hotels, restaurants, and many other amenities na kailangan ng mga investors natin, and other interested persons who are willing, who are potential to become investors of APAP. Yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you, Attorney. Alam niyo, sabi ni Miss P kanina, di ba? Nagtataas pa ng kamay. Sabi ni Miss P kanina, meron pa tayong additional guests. Ha? So tawagin na natin yung mga atleta. Baka meron kayong gustong mga tanong sa ating mga
Yes.
atleta. Let me call in Paolo Soler.
Ito, admin, galing lang to ng Marbella. World Championship. Nasaan si Paolo? He
Yeah,
just
there you go.
arrived.
Mr. Paolo Soler.
And in that regard nga, yung pasalubong natin, Pao.
Yes.
Ito, World Championship po, as in kakatapos lang last week. Ma'am, white ka. Kasi naka-white ka. Sir, blue ka. Kasi naka-blue ka.
Next
So,
up.
yan.
Thank you, Miss P. Next up, we have Coach Rujen Lista.
Ito po, gagagaling rin ng Marbella at many times world champion finisher, no? Kona, etc. At kakanta pa yan mamaya. As in, dati po siya, hindi, hanggang ngayon, band.
Rockstar po yan siya.
Rockstar. Sa kanila natin tatanungin kung gaano kahirap yung course.
Yan si Coach Rujen Lista. Next up, Coach Vanessa Agdon.
Again,
Coach Van.
admin, ito, ilang beses nang nakatapos ng World Championship sa Kona, saka sa Nice. So sa kanila nyo tanungin kung mahirap yung course mamaya. Medyo season tong mga to kasi gusto nila, sa kanila tomorrow, normal lang yan. Tama ba?
Okay.
Natakot na sila. Meron pa.
Meron pa. Nakilala nyo na yung mga seasoned triathletes na all over the Philippines. May Rockstar tayo, andun yung OG, andun si Coach Van. Meron binabanggit kanina si admin na meron tayong home court. Sino nagtanong sa inyo? Yan, si Sir nagtanong. Sabi niya kanina, ano ba, meron bang advantage yung mga local? Ito, at sino daw ang aabangan? Ito yung ating mga local heroes.
Gwapo ba? Gwapo ba
Ay,
to?
nako. Unang-una, Cha Cruz, come on down! Oh, di ba?
My fans, Dexter.
May fan base. And isa pang home court advantage, King Ivan Reyes. Talagang merong mga may fan base. O para sa mga media na kasama natin, papakilala ko lang. I'll just read to introduce properly our guests. Kasi sabi nga natin, galing sila sa World Championships. Mga kapatid sa media, yung World Championships, kung mahilig kayo sa NBA, yan yung parang NBA finals ng mga triathletes. Yan yung hinahabol. You don't register for that, you earn that. Hindi ka nakakapunta rin kung hindi ka nananalo. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga yan, nagcha-champion yung mga yan. Itong dalawang ito, tsaka yan, magcha-champion din yan. Very, very soon. O sige, so para mas makilala natin yung ating mga guests. First up, again, I'd like to introduce Mr. Paolo Soler, a familiar name in the triathlon circuit. Paolo is one of the country's most consistent and determined age groupers, having just completed the Ironman 70.3 World Championships in Marbella, Spain, as well as other international venues. Paolo brings his fresh overseas racing experience here in Bataan, in FAB. Welcome, Pao. Mamaya we'll ask, tatarong natin kung mag-ready na kayo na inyong mga katanungan, ha? Next up, a powerhouse on both local and international stages, Coach Van Agdon has represented the Philippines in multiple Ironman branded World Championship races, including stints in Nice, France, Topo, New Zealand as well. Coach Van has become a role model for many women in multisport, proving that with focus and hard work, you can chase your passion at any level. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Van Agdon. Siyempre, sabi ko sa inyo, itong huli, yung pangatlong galing sa ibang bansa at kumarera sa ibang bansa, kilala siya sa triathlon scene as the rock star. Sa mga kaedad ko, kami ni aking kaibigan ni Bing, when we introduced him to Bing, sabi niya, kilala ko yan. Lead singer yan ng Advent Call. Di ba? So nagulat lahat. Pero hindi lang siya rockstar, ladies and gentlemen. He is a respected coach, mentor, active competitor. Coach Rujen Lista has helped shape the next generation of Filipino triathletes while continuing to race at a high level himself. Whether leading a training group or crossing the finish line, Coach Rujen represents the true balance between passion and leadership in the sport. Ladies and gents, the rock star Rujen Lista. Uy, mamaya gusto ko, pag bago tayo matapos, atin-atin lang sigawan nyo siya ng sample. Atin-atin lang yung secret natin. That's for us. Tingnan nyo, magugulat kayo mamaya. So, pinakilala ko na sa inyo yung mga panauhing pangdangal natin. Papakilala ko naman sa inyo yung ating mga bayani ng Bataan. Andito mga kapatid. Huwag kang mahiya, Diyos ko. Ito si Cha kahapon, nakita ko, nag-claim siya ng kit. Sabi ko, hindi siya simpleng t-shirt lang pero naka-ID. Sabi ko, uy, you're working here? Sabi niya, yeah, I'm a local hero. Hindi, ako na nagdagdag nun. Sorry. Ako na nagdagdag. Okay, Cha Cruz is a government employee for 8 years. 8 taon na po siyang nagsiservisyo, serving under the FAB Enterprise Department Port Services Division as a port operations specialist. Outside public service, he is an endurance sports enthusiast, since 2014. At siya, kailangan natin mag-usap siya ay ultra-marathoner. So, ibig sabihin, more than 42 kilometers ang kanyang tinatakbo. Trail runner, mountain biker, duathlete, and triathlete, actively participating in various local and national multi-sport events. Ladies and gents, Cha Cruz. Daming pala. Last but certainly not the least, that gentleman on the other side, he is King Ivan Reyes. He is a dedicated uniformed personnel member of the Bureau of Fire Protection. Uy, naghahanap na mga bombero yung mga doon, no? Known for his commitment to public service and community safety. Beyond his duty, he is also a disciplined triathlete and duathlete. Ladies and gents, King Ivan Reyes. All right. Welcome. Kayong mga kaibigan sa media, meron ba kayong tanong para sa ating panel? O ano na? Na-intimidate ata nung sinabi, ito, triathlete. Sabi nila, sample daw. Yes, sir. Yan, si sir. May question tayo in the back.
Marshop Nado, Bataan Zero Times. This question will go to the participants, our champions. Which is the most risky in this triathlon? Is it swimming, cycling, or biking? In your experience?
Sa experience yun daw, ano ang pinakamahirap? Risky, sorry. Ano yung pinaka-risky? Swimming, biking, or running? For all of you, for all our 5. Siguro, let's start with si Coach Van ang sama ng tingin sa akin. Siyempre, unahin natin siya. Ladies first.
Hello, Mike. Alright. The most risky kasi is the bike course. Especially having a lot of people in one lane. Tapos yung iba kasi, medyo beginners, so they don't know where to go. And then, kadamihan sa Filipinos, ang napansin ko mahiyain sila. So they don't communicate well when passing other riders, cyclists. So minsan, alam mo, dun yung accidents. And they don't know how to handle the bike. Siyempre, sumisemplang when they curve, yung mga beginners, di ba? Pag they turn, U-turns, yan, dyan. May mga gustong mag-overtake kahit hindi pwede, or mga hindi nakikinig sa mga marshals. Yung mga ganon, kasi syempre, parang gusto nila maging mauna talaga sa papunta sa run. So, I hope that answers your question. Thank you po.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So, you wanna... So, kay Coach Van, riskiest is the bike. You also, King?
Good afternoon po. Siguro po, bike pa rin, lalo na po dito sa Maribeles kasi nakakapag-ride po kami dito eh. Kami po nila Cha.
Nako,
So, namin magiging risky po talaga bukas o sa mga, yung bike po talaga.
Sa bike. Oh, anybody of you think the other disciplines are, it's all bike? Pao, bike also? Rouge, bike as well? Cha, bike also? Okay, so bike silang lahat.
Follow-up story. Follow-up question.
Yes.
As mentioned by our administrator, the participants came all the way from as far as US, UK. We just want to know how would you be compensated in these sports activities? These participants.
Ako na sasagot nun. Sir, wala. Puro gasto sila. Ang compensation niya, bragging right. Yabang. Ikaw na sumagot, Rujen. Oh.
Actually, yabang lang po ang puhunan namin. In the sport, ang motto ko kasi walang mahirap sa mayabang eh. So, alam mo, kahit mahirap, kung may yabang ka, talagang pagsisikapan mo, di ba? Mahihiya ka, maunahan ka ng babae. So, kailangan talaga, so kailangan yabang. It's really bragging rights. To give you another thing, we were fortunate to compete in the World Championship in Kona, Hawaii. And last week, we also competed in the World Championship for 70.3 in Spain. And there were about almost 3,000 girls pa lang yun on a Saturday and almost 4,000 boys on a Sunday. Imagine you're talking about 7,000 athletes all over from 72 countries, 100,000 spectators. Imagine what it can do to one small place like a province. The tourism, the food, the shopping, and it'll be known. I mean, the whole thing of triathlon, why triathlon, is because we're called the solid gold demographics. Eh. Kami yung mga mayayabang na mahalang bisikleta, pero ayaw gumastos. Di ba? Yung triathlete kasi po, yung po yung tinatawag na solid gold demographics. So they would travel all over the world to have a vacation and to have a race. So ganun kami. So gusto namin bakasyon at karera. Kasama yung pamilya.
Sir,
Sir.
meron lang ang gusto idagdag si Coach Van. I think meron siyang disclaimer. Tsaka si Cha gusto mag-disclaimer. Sabi ni Cha, hindi naman mahal yung bisikleta namin. Sige, go, Coach Van.
Okay, but kidding aside, alright, sa yabang, it's also about passion. Kasi not everybody, like in the running era, not everybody is running for yabang, for medals. Some it's for mental health. Okay, so some of us is running for strength, no, for inspiration. Hindi lahat parang gusto lang yung medal, gusto nila yung nagiging mas malakas sila or inspiring their family to be healthier. And it's a really good era now, investing in health. Kasi sa 1980s, hindi po yun yung era natin, right? Naks natin. No, but it's nice to have the younger people now looking up to this na everything is possible. Especially for me as a woman. Kasi parang every time I run or bike, uy, babae yun. Maririnig ko yun sa side, uy, babae. Grabe. So, it's nice to inspire other women as well na kahit mother ka, you can train if you really want to, okay? But of course, with the help of a coach, you can always progress in your programs. But it's also to inspire na nothing is impossible.
Okay.
Galing. Thank you, Coach Van.
Thank you very much for sharing us your yabang ninyo.
Yeah. Sir, may tanong. Pakipass na lang yung mic natin sa front. Meron silang mga tanong din. Here. Ay, sorry. Sige, kayo muna, sir.
Nakatutuwa yung maging atleta. Paglaki ko, gagayahin ko kayo. May tatanong lang po ako sa iyo, Miss Beautiful Ma'am.
Uy!
Bumilib ako eh.
Uy.
Ma'am, ha? Ito, yung atleta.
Talagang tinuro ka. Sabing ganun. Ikaw yung atleta. Si Coach Van po. Coach Vanessa.
Coach Vanessa.
Yes, sir.
Yung gusto lang namin malaman, konti lang o gusto mo marami, paano mo pinaghahandaan ng karera? Kinabukasan, kumakain ka ba? Maraming kinakain, nagda-diet, vitamins, exercise. Kunti lang, paano nyo pinaghahandaan yung laban, kumbaga na?
Yes, sir.
Pagkain muna.
Nako, pag in-answer ko yun, sir, may bayad. Charot, lang. Actually, nutrition is very important, but as well as it's very individual. That's why it's good to have a lot of research. Or if you don't want to research, syempre, meron kang coach na you can ask. But there are a lot of articles on the internet. But basically, ang binibigay ko talaga sa mga athletes ko is carbo loading and electrolyte loading. So it really depends if you are a heavy sweater. If you sweat heavily, then you will need more sodium the day before and then race morning and then during. So every hour po yung measurements ng carbohydrates and electrolytes. And may mga bawal po like yes, no fiber, okay, no fiber and no heavy meat. Yung mga steak. Why? Because protein, naks, may ganun na.
Wow, may ganito na.
Science na to.
Nutrition
But if, since sabi ni Sir kasi he wanted to know, kasi meat digests slow, 6 to 8 hours. So if you intake carbohydrates, it does not go into your system agad-agad. So it's gonna impede and carbohydrate papasok sa inyong sistema and you're not gonna use it, which fuels your bike, your run, and your swim. So carbohydrates is king for endurance athletes. Carbohydrates. Sugar, ayan. So marami kaming...
Oh.
Yes.
Naku, teka lang.
Pwede
Gusto ko rin marinig si Pao. Kasi si Pao, if you wanna follow Pao on social media, you get to see, again, going to your question, sir, si Pao kasi, if you follow him, you see how he prepares talaga eh. Nakikita mo anong mga gear ang ginagamit niya, anong nutrition ang kanyang, pati yung mini-mix niya. Pao, would you like to share? Same question. Sabi ni Pao, ay hindi pwede, dito yung mga kalaban. Go, Pao, go.
No, just really quick, just preparation-wise, before every race, I just try to maximize how I perform on race day by consuming the certain nutrition and foods that will help me perform my best on race day. So it's just as simple as that. Just try to focus on carbs before the race and then race day nutrition, prepare it so that I'll be able to perform to my best level tomorrow.
Man, look at that. My guy, man. My guy. Kita mo, pogi ang galing magsalita, di ba? Ang lakas pa. My guy, Pao. Very good. Oh, question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Eto, alam ko masagot niyo ito eh. Paano po natin matutulungan yung mga nangangarap na maging triathlon, sumali po sa sports na to?
Ganito. Tanungin muna natin yung dalawang locals. Paano kayo, kasi busy kayo sa ginagawa ninyo, paano kayo na-inspire? Ano yung nakita, what sparked or ignited that fire for you to join multisport? And then we ask the seasoned triathletes how naman they inspire. Sige, kayo muna. Ating mga local heroes.
Bali po ako as a firefighter, as bumbero po dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi nakikita rin nila kung gaano na ako naging fit ngayon. Kasi medyo kakasimula ko lang din po mag-triathlon sa multisports. So as a firefighter po, kailangan kasi talaga physically fit eh. So nakikita po nila ako na sa tuwing may responde kami, nakita nila kung gaano na ako kalakas sa ngayon. So syempre sila na-inspire din, sige, maging active na rin ako, pero hindi po sa triathlon. Kahit pa paano maging active po sa running, alam po, sa diet, kahit pa paano po, maayos po nila yung sarili nila. Sa amin po, sa BFP. Kasi syempre po yung iba napapabayaan na eh. So yung trabaho, minsan sabi walang time. So hanapan mo ng time. Parang ngayon lang po.
Thank you, King. Sige, Cha.
Sige, sir. Sa akin naman personally, as advocate kasi ako ng education, sir. So first sa akin, ang sinasabi ko if you want to be a triathlete, you're supposed to finish your study first. Aralin mo, huwag mong gawing buhay as an athlete agad. Kasi as Coach Rogen said, apakamahal ng sports na to. But to inspire others naman in terms of the exercise, being fit, syempre, one motto of us is we're inspired to inspire. So kung ano nakikita nila sa amin as an athlete, as Ivan mentioned, is we're fit, and the mental clarity in natutulong sa amin, it's all about the mental health likewise. So, yun sir.
Thank you, Cha. Sige, si
Dalawa
Lujen.
lang naman yan eh. For you to inspire or pag in-inspire. Dalawa lang yun. Pag nainis sila, in-inspire. Pag na gusto nilang gawin, inspire.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, okay na tayo, okay na. Any more questions? Oh, teka, sorry, may tanong pa. Sige, sir.
Hello. My question goes to Ma'am Pao. Ay,
Sir-
Sir Pao.
Sir Pao.
Ma'am Vanessa.
Ay, si Coach Van pala. Sorry, Coach Van.
Yun, okay. Sa compo, sa lawak po ng inyong experience sa triathlon, kung sa kayo nakipag-compute sa ibang bansa, ilang pong porsyento yung naranasan nyo yung nakakayari ng events? Lalo ngayon sa darating na bukas na events, mga ilang porsyento po yung nakakayari sa nakakatapos?
Nakakatapos.
Lilinawin ko lang ulit yung words na, yung terms na ginagamit, ha? Kasi sabi ni sir, ilan ho yung nakakayari sa inyo? Wag ganon. Ilan po yung nakakatapos?
Lahat.
Out of the 307 participants competing tomorrow, ilan po sa tingin ninyo ang nakakatapos usually?
Actually, sa Philippines, maraming nakakatapos. Yun ang maganda sa finishing kasi alaga kami. Okay, so yun yung maganda eh. And the difference between racing abroad and here at home, dito kasi para na kaming family. So parang mas nakakainganyo, maraming tumutulong, maraming tulong also. And guys, alagang-alaga kami ng Sunrise. Promise, talaga. Sobrang spoiled na kami to the point na talagang gusto nila kaming patapusin. So, just in case sana walang dilubyo, yun lang naman yung delikado ang pinakakalaban namin. But if all goes well tomorrow, especially with cloudy, sunny, it's gonna be a very good day and we'll burn a lot of calories.
All right. Thank you, Coach Van. Sorry. And with that, ladies and gents, we need to have our athletes rest na. They need to rest na for tomorrow kasi it's going to be they have to check in their bikes pa as well, di ba? So, palakpakan po natin si Ivan, Coach Van, Pao, Miss Malu, Sir Admin, si Miss P, Attorney, Coach Rujen, and of course, ang aking bagong BFF, si Cha. Thank you. Yeah, I will see you all tomorrow at the finish line. Palakpakan po natin! So again, before we go, I'd like to ask everybody we'll do a photo op. And our media friends, maraming salamat to sa inyong mga tanong. At nag-enjoy din kami, ibato yung inyong mga tanong sa ating panel this afternoon. Again, thank you very much. Okay.
You could be a fast-growing enterprise with aspirations for global success, or an established business looking to take the next big step. Whatever future you are aiming for, we are the future's answer to business, and the future is now. We are the first to the future. We are the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan. Envisioned by the 10th President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos Sr., to boost the country's development as early as 1969, the then Bataan Export Processing Zone, or the BEPZ, was the first economic zone in the Philippines and one of the first in Southeast Asia. Despite reaching success in its early years, the BEPZ faced various problems, leading to its unfortunate decline. And so, in 2009, to reinvigorate the once trailblazer of development, the BEPZ was transformed into the Freeport area of Bataan. through passion, partnership, and a sincere drive to make lives better. It has established itself as an engine of growth and a catalyst of development. Since its inception, it has advanced in a rate that is not just acceptable, but hands down off the charts. Part of this growth are our enterprises engaged in manufacturing, including the Dong-In Group of Companies. Dong-In is a group composed of 9 Korean companies, all engaged in the manufacturing of innovative sports and outdoor equipment. Its various companies in the fab also engage in the design, production, and distribution of a wide array of products tailored to meet the needs of outdoor enthusiasts across the globe. Their products include golf bags, hiking bags, tents, luggage, and even kayaks. We also have Minibeya Mitsumi Philippines Incorporated, a Japanese enterprise engaged in the business of manufacturing electronic components and IT peripherals. Fab also hosts Perpetual Prime Manufacturing Incorporated, a notable local enterprise specializing in crafting premium luxury bags and small leather goods for famous international brands. We are home to diverse enterprises producing export quality goods that may surprise you as being made right here in the Philippines. From combat boots to fiber-reinforced polymer composite parts, premium textiles, clothing, protective gear and uniforms, musical instrument cases, optical lenses, tennis balls, and many more. Renowned local enterprises have also chosen the Fab for their continued growth and success, such as San Miguel Corporation, a leading local conglomerate with businesses in beverages, food, feeds, and packaging, delivering exceptional value to consumers nationwide. In the industry of power and oil, we have GN Power and Petron Corporation. GN Power is a key contributor to Bataan's energy grid, supplying 58 megawatts of electricity to help energize the province. Petron Bataan Refinery, the Philippines' only oil refinery, is one of Fab's largest expansion areas, engaged in the processing of a wide range of petroleum products, meeting nearly 30% of the country's fuel demands. We also serve as a hub for tourism enterprises, like Kamaya Coast, currently developing their expansion projects, which include commercial, leisure, and residential developments. Also underway is their construction of Kamaya Pad, a premium air park development complete with its own airstrip. And to take the Fab